Hello. I just saw Jesse's comment like right when I hit go live. I'm eating dinner. Is that productive? Yes, because you got to eat. But then Megan, I'm so happy you're here. You're always like the first one, kind of how Kim is always the first one in Jesse's reading sprints. You're always the first one here. So, Brother by Anya Alborn. Interesting. Are you just starting? Have you already started? Let me know your thoughts. And Caroline, hi. What? Watching the staircase, but I'll pause to hang out and read with y'all. Oh, you don't have to do that. You could just like mute me and then like watch when I turn on the ambiance. So here's why I wanted to do this. I am not bored, but bored. um of got those notifications on. Nice. Um so I'm reading that book I was reading yesterday, Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. And it's not that I'm bored. It's not that I want to DNF it. It's just very slow going. And I'm only like 58% into it. And I'm kind of at that part where I'm kind of like, all right, this needs to start picking up. So I really was like, I just want to pick something else up. And yesterday I went to the library and I picked up The Passengers by John Mars. And how is this my luck? But my library has the audiobook also. So I was like, it's a perfect storm. Let's do this. So I haven't started it. I'm going to start it on the sprints. I'm very excited because I heard it's like a techno thriller. So like a sci-fi kind of thriller. I could never mute you. Recursion by Blake Crouch. Okay. Hello, Michelle. 30% on Brother, but it's more. I know, girl. When I read that book, like in the fall, I did a whole video about it because everybody was like, girl, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And I know Jesse loves it, but people should also know by now that I prefer plot driven stories. And that one is so character heavy. And it was gruesome to me. Yeah, I was like totally disgusted at certain parts, but like for much of the novel, like nothing is happening. You're just getting like family interacting with each other, like brother sister relationships. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not here for this. So I hope you love it more than I did. I know a lot of people love it. I think I gave it 3 stars because I thought it was good. It just wasn't like what I wanted. But The Island, on the other hand, which I know Jesse's reading, she says that she's going to be finishing The Island. That was what I wanted Brother to be, but not in the like gruesome sense or anything. It was like kind of the family because I knew Brother was about a family, like mom, dad, siblings, all that, but there's also this family in The Island, and that's what I wanted the family to be like in Brother, but it just wasn't. So yeah, I love The Passengers. Good. I hope I love it. Michelle, rated The Island 4 stars. I really, really liked it. It's so good. It's perfect for summer. If you listen to the audiobook last night on Jesse's reading sprints, she heard there's like gunshots in the audiobook and stuff like that. And it's kind of out of left field because it doesn't have like a lot of ambient sound effects and stuff, but it has some and they just surprise you when you're listening. So yeah, I was definitely thinking it would have more action too. Okay. Good. Yeah. Awesome. Well, like I said, I'm going to start The Passengers. And I've actually been wanting to read this for a really long time since I read and enjoyed the one. I did try the what's the one with the person upstairs? I don't know what that one's called, but I have tried that one. And that was a no for me. I just thought it was boring. Yeah. So I DNF'd that one like a year or two ago. And I have The Good Samaritan still on my TBR. That was for Jesse's book club. Hoping to get to that at some point, but I requested that my library get a copy of this. They did. So I'm like, I just picked it up from the library. It has all the library stuff on the back. So I was like, I'm going to read this one. And I'm trying to forget a little bit more about The Good Samaritan, and maybe I'll read that later on this year. But yeah, what lies between or something like that. I ended up like getting rid of it. I took it to the book exchange. Um, yeah, The Gunshot Surprised You. Yes, that's the one. What Lies Between Us. Right. Yes, that's the one. I didn't really care. Um, and I was just, yeah, I was over it. But anyway, starting this now. So I have some ambiance. It's a magical bookstore. So I'll turn that on. We'll get reading. We will read until 7:30 or 30 after. I'll put a little like scroller thing on here so you know. I'm not cool. Still haven't figured out the timer, Jesse. But okay, so I will catch you guys at 30 after. All right, guys. Let me know how you did. I made it to page 39. I did get a little distracted, but it is so interesting. I'm already on the second part. The first few chapters are all told from a different POV. So you have like Claire, Jude, and they're very short chapters. So it basically starts. I mean, if you don't know the premise of the book, I guess there's self-driving cars, and it kind of like locks them in their car, and then there's like a game. Self-driving cars becoming trusted, safer norm. 8 people find themselves in this terrifying situation, including a faded TV star, a pregnant young woman, an abused wife fleeing her husband, an immigrant, a husband and wife, and a suicidal man. From cameras hidden in their cars, their panic is broadcast to millions of people around the world, but the public will show their true colors when they are asked which of these people we should save and who should we kill first. So I just got basically introduced to a few of the characters. And I'm a big keep a character list person. So I had to like stop every once in a while and like write a notes app for like the characters and just like an identifying feature about them. So I had to like kind of multitask there a little bit, but so far, I can't wait till like the action kicks in though. But I do like how the characters are so different. All right, let me go to the comments section. Okay. So far, it's really cool. The audiobook is. There are at the top of the chapters, there's like these little things like this, and it like has like little music, and then it like reads that, and that's really cool. So it's like articles or notes that they put in their phone or things like that. So Jesse's gonna take a shower. Thanks for the ambiance. Let's see how I love it. Reading It by Stephen King. Hopefully, you're still absolutely loving it. I know you were talking about how you were enjoying it last night. I'm assuming you are since you're still reading it. I'm reading The Chain by Adrian McKenty, and this book has me like, there is a section that I'm really trying to grasp and have to go back and read. Like, what the heck? Yeah. So, after reading The Island by that author, I kind of do want to check out The Chain. Um, Prior to The Island releasing and people reading it, I hadn't really The Island, yeah. Prior to that releasing recently, I hadn't heard the best things about The Chain, but now, like, more people are reading it, and I feel like I wanna be in on that, you know? So, hopefully it's good. Oh, that's nice, thanks. So, yeah, let me know how you guys are doing, let's see. Oh, you're not enjoying recursion anymore. If you're not feeling it, so last night, Carolyn, I was reading Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. I just blanked for a second there. And I didn't DNF it, but I'm only like 58% into the book. And I was like, I need something different. So maybe just stick a bookmark in or however you mark your page and move on to something else and then see if you're interested enough to come back to it. That's what I did. So that's when I moved on to The Passengers. So 35 more pages of Brother. Still not a lot going on. Yeah, so that's really interesting. That's pretty much how I felt. I mean, towards the end, I guess it did get like I don't know, I wasn't like a fan. I guess if you like character-driven stories, you'll like that one. If you're more plot-driven, you're kinda gonna be like, "Nothing is happening." Like, at the very beginning, like, the very beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so good." But then it quickly changed, and I was like, "Why are we doing this?" Good idea. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. People that aren't okay just doing like hard DNFs, I just say, well, stick a bookmark in it, pick something else up, and then if you want to go back to it, it's always there. So yeah, that's my deal. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like once you get in a big chunk, you're like, "I'm so close to finishing, I should just finish it." But there's still times even I could be like 50 pages from the end, and I am like, "Do I really wanna waste an hour of my life reading this when I could get an hour into another book? No. No, I do not." So yeah, it started with a bang. It was so good. And then it just quickly womp womp. Have you seen my vlog of that, Megan? If not, you should try to go look for it. It's pretty interesting. Obviously, it's called Brother, so it seems like it's maybe more about the brother family relationship. I don't know. I don't know why it's called Brother. I mean, it mainly follows that one guy. I forget his name, but I don't know. I kinda don't understand the point of that. Like, I grew up in kinda Appalachian country, like, so I kinda know, like, this fear of these, like, backwoods, boondocks people, and, like, that's why the island is so good. It just does that family dynamic so much better, um, but I don't know. Yeah, time's too precious, you never know. I mean, I always think about it like, if this is the last thing I read for whatever reason, am I gonna be happy with that? And if the answer is no, out it goes. Okay, okay. So, are we tracking with, like, basically the same thoughts? Anyway, um, but yeah, so far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 characters so far. Um And it's gonna be interesting because, so some of the passengers so far is like Claire, she's pregnant, and her doctor, of course, is telling her, like, "Don't get in any stressful situations." And then there's Jude, he's the guy that I think is doing it says on the back of the book that he was contemplating suicide or something like that. Yeah, Suicidal Man, so that's him, and then Sophia, she is cracking me up. She's 79 years old, she's, like, a former actress, and she is just, like, glam city, so I just love her, and then you have Sam and Heidi Cole. They're, like, a married couple, but they didn't seem to be in the same car, so I'm confused, and then you have this other Shabana, she's the one that's running away from her abusive husband, and then when I got to chapter 2 or part 2, it, started like this. It has a little, like, thing that it was cool, and then it doesn't have, like, a name, and it's a totally different person, so I don't know, like, what part she's gonna play in it, but so far, so good. Yeah. I know, I know. Yeah, yeah. Summer I love summer reading, like, so much, though. I just look forward to summer in general all year long, but then when it comes to summer reading, I just let myself go. I don't plan a TBR. I kinda say, like, "Here's some books that would be really cool to get read this summer," but I don't say, like, "Oh, I'm gonna read this book in June," or, "Oh, I'm gonna do this video," or whatever like that. I just read whatever the heck I want. Like I was reading that one book, put it aside. I don't care. I'm going to read this one, see if I make it through, which I think I will because so far so good. Yay! Squeaky clean. That's all that matters. And tomorrow is Friday. And you made a dessert. Yum. I want some dessert. Anyway, all right. So we're going to do some more reading. We will read until 8. Let's see which banners I have available. All right, we will read until 15 after. I will turn back on the ambiance. So yeah, get ready to read, and then we will come back and you can tell me all about your book. Hello, hello. How was it? I know some people had to take off for other things. Let's see. We ended up on the chat. Yeah, Megan said she was going to watch Haley's Book Club live show. So instead of reading this round, I gathered a stack of books to unhaul, including Recursion. But I have the audio if I decide to finish it up. Yeah, see, that's definitely an option. Are you on Pango Books? Is that how you're gonna get rid of them, or what's your method for getting rid of them? She was reading it. She gave up on it, and yeah, I told her to put a bookmark in it. She wasn't really liking it, so I told her to put a bookmark in it and pick something else up, and she could always come back to it later. But she decided to annul it, which I think is hilarious. Yeah. The only book that I have personally read by Blake Crouch is Dark Matter, and I know that's, like, a lot of people's favorite, Blake Crouch, um, but I didn't it was okay, like, I wasn't blown away by it. I thought it was very repetitive. I thought the dialogue was super cheesy, so I haven't really picked up anything else by him, and I've only just begun getting back into sci-fi, so I haven't really taken a chance on anything of his again. Aw, don't feel behind on your reading. It's only the 2nd of June. I know you're doing the buddy read for it. Are you behind on your pages? Or like, I think when you read a large book, you just got to realize you're focusing on that large book. So don't feel behind. It's not a race. Not being into it, it took a turn and it's kind of confusing. I'm fixing to read a lot this weekend, but I don't know what I want to read next. I hope I can read. I'd like to be able to finish this tomorrow and then start on something new, or maybe finish up Hello Summer this weekend. I'm not really sure what my plans are because I don't know if I'm going back to that book or not. But I am trying to vlog it because I have 3 Mary Kate Andrew books. I have one from 2020, 2021, and 2022. So her last 3 years of books, and I wanted to, like, compare them and stuff like that because I have read some of her books before, but I don't know, what if I DNF the one that I was reading? It's not bad enough that I feel like it needs to be DNF'd. I wanted something a little bit more faster paced, and The Passengers is totally working for me. So, I made it to page 72. And remember, I was showing you guys that part where it was like there was this other like character introduced, but she didn't seem to be one of the passengers in the car. I guess they have this now that we have these driverless cars, and there's actually like different levels of cars. I don't know if I could find that, but they talked about the different levels. Yeah, like level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. And then level 5 is the vehicle is completely autonomous. It does everything and requires no human attention. There are no manual brakes or even a steering wheel like in the car. And that's what like most people have, or I guess like the people that are driving, like their cars were just completely, they typed in where they wanted to go and then their car was hacked and now they put in a totally different thing. Anyway, Libby, the other person that was introduced as not a passenger, she was actually selected to be on this jury for if there is an accident, because supposedly there's supposed to be like no accidents with these cars, but there are occasionally accidents and stuff like that. And in like certain cases, the car has to make a decision. Like, I guess this one, a car hit a, a person on a bike, and and then that person died. The cyclist, that's what it's called. The cyclist died. Um, and they want to know, like, was it the car's fault? Is something wrong with it? Like, what? And they were like, no, it's not, because like the sidewalk over here had a bunch of people. There were a bunch of cars over there. And I mean, like, the bike just went out in front of the car. So she was selected. I guess there's like a jury, like there's the head of transportation and like all of these other people that are part of like the main jury, but then they always select some random person, some public, like whatever. You get what I'm saying? So she was on that, but then they were getting through that case and they were like, they found out that there are these 8 people in cars and that they've been trapped and all of that. So it was kind of crazy. Oh, that's so nice, Kim. That's so nice. It's crazy. It is wild. The island, or the chain, and the island gave me those same vibes. So I'm definitely going to have to pick up the chain. Oh, that's so nice that you guys are like besties. Oh, sell your books back. I haven't heard of that one. I love Pango Books though. It's so easy to use. And of course, I use the book exchange too. I like Dark Matter, but I hauled it too. I read it twice already. I won't read it again, but I'll watch the show when it comes out. Yeah, I have heard that there's a show in the works, but I haven't really, you know. See, you're doing great. Okay, Jesse, I have to know. I have to know what you thought. I'm getting anxiety when my bookshelves start to fill up. I have no space to expand them until I move into a house. Yeah, that's how I am. I had 2 bookshelves for the longest time. But then I finally got rid of some other furniture that I had, so I had space for like 1 more bookshelf. So now I have 3 bookshelves, and so 2 of my bookshelves are books that I want to keep. They're my favorite books, even though like I know I have some on there that aren't my favorites, but I know I'm gonna either like talk about them in a video, talk about them on the podcast, need to take a picture of them for something, or it's like I'm keeping all of an author's work together. Um, so I have 2 book shelves full of books that I hope to never get rid of. And then I allow myself 1 bookshelf for my TBR. Even though half of that TBR is taken up by my Patricia Cornwell collection. And well, it's like I did the very top. I recently redid it. And so it's actually taking up some of my TBR, but that's good. And then I kind of have books stacked that I still need to haul. And then I don't know, it gets crazy. So I completely understand where you're coming from. I don't want books to take over. My husband would not let me. He has said, do you want to get another bookshelf? I'm like, not yet, not yet. Because I don't want that room to feel so like crowded. But apparently you were. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars because I'm not doing half stars this year, but yeah, so good. Like really good. Definitely a good summer read. Do you understand what I was saying about like that's what I wanted Brother to be with like the family aspect of it? I thought the family in that one was much like creepier. I got like chills reading about them. Or Brother, I was just kind of like bored and yeah. So that's what I meant with that. It kind of also reminds me, it's like a mix of The Brother and The Troop. That's the island to me. I don't know why, but those are the two books. Like, if I had to say, oh, if you like this, read these. But I think The Troop is more disgusting, and I think Brother is more boring. Anyway, yes, The Family. Oh, Kim. Yeah, I didn't not pick anything yet, but I think I'm gonna skip. I do want to get the romance, the Abby Jimenez, is that her name? The author's name? Part of Our World, Part of Your World, something like that, as an add-on, but that means I have to pick something. And if I had to pick something, I'll probably go with the Jennifer Hillier book because I've read two other books by Jennifer Hillier now. So I would like to kind of continue, but I haven't heard great things. So I'm kind of like on the fence because, my thing is if I pick books, I have to read them the month that I get them. And I just don't know if it's that important. I could just put the Abby Jimenez book on my wish list and cross my fingers that someone buys it for me. Or I'll buy it eventually. So I haven't picked anything, probably going to skip. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but you're good with audiobooks. See, I'm not good with the audiobooks. I have to have the physical book as well. Um, or I just get really lost because I get really distracted because I can't just sit here and like close my eyes and concentrate. And I'm not one of those people that like to like lose details or anything like that. So I feel like I just really have to focus. Um, I can do like novellas or like when they're like an Audible original or a Scribd original when it's like 30 minutes to an hour. But anything over that, I actually was thinking about doing a video about some Audible originals that are, they're only available in audio. And trying to see if I could like do my puzzle. Um, and see if that, because I know Jesse does that. And when I do audiobooks, that's mainly what I do is I do puzzles. Um, so maybe I'll do that video. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not trying to stress myself out this summer. I'm just going with the flow. The island is not on my immediate TBR, but it's on my radar for FOMO reasons. It's so true. I think summer, if you can't read it like this month, you have to read it in summer. It's so good because it's like an island and it's like in Australia. So it's like hot there. And I don't know. It's kind of like the opposite of No Exit. No Exit is like wintry and the island is summery. So the FOMO reasons cracked me up. Anyway, I'm down for probably one more sprint until like 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna do that. And then let's see what I get audios from my library when I think I may not like a book and don't want to spend the money on the physical. I'm a physical reader usually. So what I'm trying to be better at, but I just have so many books on my TBR. Okay. So many books, probably around 100 or 125. But I'm trying to be better that if there's something that I can get for my life, unless I'm going to read it like right away. Like, I knew The Island I was going to read right away. So I ordered it, I got it, I read it right away. If I'm not going to read it right away, I'm trying to be better at getting it from my library. Case in point, you guys saw last night in Jesse's reading sprints that I got a book haul. Like I ordered some books, and one of the books was The Good Lie. by A.R. Torrey. I actually borrowed that from the library and I picked it up the same like yesterday. I picked these books up from the library. And then yesterday my order came in and I was like, "Oh, I ordered this book too?" So, I'm trying to be better at unless I'm going to read it right away, borrowing the book from my library. And my library is so awesome that if there's a high probability that if they don't have a book and you put in a request for them to purchase the book, they will. Case in point, this one, The Passengers by John Mars. I looked after Jesse's when she did her live show for the Good Samaritan for her book club pick. I was like, I didn't read it that month, The Good Samaritan. And I a reading vlog of the Passengers and the Good Samaritan because I tried that other one that I didn't like. So I have the Good Samaritan. I've had it on my shelf for about a couple years now. But I was like, I'll borrow this from my library. So when I looked it up, they didn't have it. So I reached out to them and I was like, hey, can you buy this book? And not only did they purchase the book for me, but they also got the audio book. So I was like, yes. So that was really cool. So love that for me. Yes, the island is fast paced, in my personal opinion, like no exit. I think Ashley kind of felt that way too. I think that, yeah, because it definitely has like a little bit of lulls, but it is like pretty. I mean, I think I read it in a day. So, yeah. How long did I think Jesse took like 2 days to read it? Did you start it yesterday or I don't know, but she works full time. I read that in a day. It was so good. So good. You just have no idea where that's gonna go. But anyway, let's do our last sprint. I'll do another 30 minutes. So we'll be back at the top of the hour. Let me turn on our little banner here. So last chance to get some reading done. And I will turn on the ambiance. All right, happy reading, guys. All right, friends, let me know how you did. I want to say before I sign off that I really appreciate you guys joining me. I made it to page 108, so I'm already like a little bit into my book and I am enjoying it. It's definitely like picked up, so that's good. Let's read The Island. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a thing that you can do. I don't personally do it, but I have heard people that have. There's a sale on Amazon, buy two and get 10% off. The island is part of that deal and the Thursday Mutters Club, which was over. Okay. So, did you guys end up reading anything? Let me know. Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Michelle. Oh, that's so good to hear. Okay, awesome. I will check if my library has a copy and I will pick it up and possibly read it this summer. But it's definitely on my radar now. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. It definitely sounded like you were into it. So that's good. What other Mary Kay Andrew books do you have to read, Gwen? Um, one is called let me see. I'll look up her books real quick because I've read some already. Um, Okay, this is good. So this is the one that I'm currently reading. And then I have The Newcomer, which is the next one, because this was the 2020 release, and this was the 2021 release. And I read this one last in December, like for Christmas time. And I have this, which is the newest one, The Homewreckers. Previous to that, I have read this one, Save the Date. And I have this one on my TBR for this Christmas. I read this one, and I read this one, and I've read this one, which I think is my favorite from the ones that I've read previously. I think those are the only ones that I have actually read. Yeah, I think so. Those I read about 7, 8 years ago, though, except for the Christmas one, the Santa Suit I read this past Christmas, and, the ones that I'm currently reading, but, I'm starting to get back into that type of book. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, I was like, "Are the comments acting up again or not?" I didn't. I was online looking for book deals. That's so funny. Oh, yeah, the ones I read in the past. She made up your comment. Yes, I don't wanna do any spoilers, but it was definitely a great book discussion. Okay, awesome, awesome. Oops, or changed it rather, yeah. Oh, I haven't read those. Okay. Yeah, the summer rental, is that the one that I said that I really liked? The Weekenders, I actually did have a copy of that. I also used to have a copy of Beach Town, but I kinda got out of her books for a while, so I unhauled them, like, 5 years ago or whatever. But I'm actually when I go back to the book exchange, she's gonna be an author that I try to keep my eye out for and see if I can pick up some of the, ones that I don't have. Awesome. Yeah, did I totally messed up your comment, but, yeah. Let's see what this one says. Oh, Beach Town is my least favorite and Hello Summer. Yeah, Hello Summer is the one I'm reading right now, so, it's not terrible, it's just slow paced, and it's very long. It's like 470 pages. This book does not need to be 700 and I mean 470 pages. Um, so yeah, so I'm hoping that I know it was like the oldest one of the 3 that I have to read. So, I'm hoping after I get over that hump that the next 2 are kind of a little bit better. The Newcomer seems like it's gonna be a little bit mysterious. Have has anybody read that one? Oh, The Newcomer, here it is. The Newcomer was okay. Oh, I was hoping. Okay. I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be good because I guess her sister almost found dead in her apartment, so her sister takes the child and runs and goes to this town, so I don't know, it sounded like it would be good, but we shall see. I think they're good, like, summary reads when you have more time, but it just depends what you're in the mood for. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, I feel like all of her books are long. I feel like they are. I was looking at them today because the 3 that I have that I was doing the vlog for, I was like, "I think these are all pretty long books," but yeah, I wish they were around, like, 300, 350. Um, I don't know why she makes them that long because they do feel unnecessarily long, or at least the ones that I've read recently. Which I guess hasn't been that many, but, like, this one, I just feel like there's whole portions that could be cut out, um, and she could save that idea for another book. So, I don't know. Anyway, I did not know that. Does she? Oh my gosh. Is it like her own channel? How did I not know this? What? What does she talk about? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. That is so interesting about Mary Kate Andrews, though. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I think she was saying, Mary Kay Andrews, the author, I think. I mean, I just oh my gosh, I did not yeah, but Savannah does have her reading sprints usually on Wednesday. Um, Wednesday, I wasn't joining her reading sprints for a while because Survivor was on, and that's, like, the one show I like to watch live, but now that Survivor's over, Savannah gets better, I'll start joining her reading sprints again. Yeah, I was right. Mary Kay Andrews, the author. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Like, Kim, what does she talk about? I'm so fascinated by this. I mean, is it her own channel? Do I just look up like Mary Kay Andrews? I need to do this right now, actually. Okay. Mary Kay Andrews. Meet the author. Oh my gosh. The channel's called Friends in Fiction. Okay, I see it. Okay, hold on. 4 best-selling authors, endless stories. If you love books and you're curious about the writing world, you're in the right place. We are Mary Kate Andrews, Patty Callahan Henry, Christy Woodson Harvey. Why do they have these 3 names, you know? And Kristen Harmel. Poor girl, the only one with the 2 names. Okay. We discuss books, writing, and invite fabulous authors to join us, all while highlighting one independent bookstore each week. On our weekly Facebook Live web show every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Burns and Fiction is also available as a podcast on all major podcasting platforms. Oh my gosh, I am subscribing to their channel. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. I have to click one. I want to look at it. That is so exciting. Oh, I guess this is like the 125th time. They just did it yesterday. Um, all right, it's coming up soon. I think it's ad, you know. Um, oh, it's counting down. Okay. Oh, now it's showing pictures of them. So fun. I don't think I've read any of these other authors except for Mary Kay Andrews. That is so cool. Thank you so much for telling me about that. I'm so excited now. That is so cool. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually, like, back in the day for that, what was the one with the cocktails on it or whatever? I actually got a PR package with, like, coasters and little umbrellas and all that for that book. That was so fun. It was, like, when it released, you know? They're having Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pickanin on next Wednesday. Okay, you're gonna see me in the chat. You're gonna see me in the chat. Oh my gosh. I need to write it down. Okay, I need to write it down so I don't forget. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's nice. That's so nice. I need to start, like, being better about that, like, looking up, like, author interviews and stuff like that because I think I would like that. Anyway, okay, so that's it for tonight. Thank you so much. They don't answer any check yeah, I don't expect them to. I mean, they're just there hanging out. And they're probably recording it for Facebook. So they're probably doing it through Facebook, and it's hard for them to like comment on like the Facebook comments and then like YouTube comments. And then also if they're doing it for the podcast, they probably can't. They probably just don't have time. um, but oh my gosh, that's so fun. I have to write it in my bullet journal. If I don't write it in my bullet journal, I'm terrible. I'm terrible about that. But thank you so much. I subscribed. So hopefully I'll get in the habit of checking on Wednesdays. That is so fun. Oh, they do. They talk about the homewreckers. That is so exciting. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let you ladies go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed the sprints, even though like it was just hanging out time rather than actually reading on your part. But I'm so glad that I abandoned summer and picked this up because it's what I need right now. You know what I'm saying? You just get in these moods, and this is the mood that I'm in right now. I probably will. I'm gonna look up which ones she has and see. Of course. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I always thought it kind of was, but anyway, all right. Night, guys.